Okay, hi. So today we are going to learn another hornpipe. This one's called Harvest Home. Remember, if you've learnt the boys of Blue Hill already, you know that hornpipes have got that swung yum-ty-tumpty, yum-ty-tumpty, yum-ty-tumpty sort of rhythm, yeah? Now, Harvest Home has got a tricky little triplet run where you play one triplet after another down the fretboard. And that can be rhythmically quite difficult. And so we're going to use the learning of this tune to also look at using one of these in your practice, a metronome. You can buy metronomes like this for about 20 quid from eBay, or you can get apps for your phone or tablet, or there are websites that provide them these days. But what they do is they provide you with a regular on the beat click that enables you to make sure that your playing stays in time. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to, and mostly we set the metronome so that it clicks twice a bar in Irish and American tunes. So it clicks on the first and the third beat in reels and hornpipes. So I'm going to set this metronome going at about 68 beats per minute. And I am going to play the tune Harvest Home for you a couple of times. Harvest Home is another one of these tunes. I'll just turn the metronome off. Where you play the part A twice and then part B twice, and then you repeat the whole thing. So the most tricky bit of this tune is this little triplet run where we're playing 3 notes in the space of 2, and it goes like this. So 0 2 0 on the E string, the first string, 5 4 2, second triplet on the A string, the third triplet 0 2 0 on the A string, and then 5 4 2 on the D string. So triplet, triplet, triplet. Because we've got 4 triplets in a row, I'm not going to stick to my rule that I've been hammering on about in the playing of reels, where we're going to play down, up, down, followed by a down, up, down for the triplets. I'm just going to pick this down, up, down, up, down, up all the way through, which makes it easier. But the tricky thing with this triplet is keeping the rhythm constant. Whenever you get a difficult bit of a tune, we tend to speed up because we get tense about it, and that of course makes the playing of that bit of the tune more difficult, even because you've got less time to do it in. Also tricky with this triplet is playing it and then going back into the rest of the tune at the right rhythm. So that's where the metronome is going to come into its own. We're going to set it going at a nice steady click, and then practice the triplet run, just the triplet run with the click. But before you do that, make sure you're familiar with the notes you've actually got to play. So practice it a few times without a click at all. Until you can do it fairly smoothly. And then set the metronome going nice and slowly. You're going to have it click once per triplet now, which is like actually as if it was clicking 4 times per bar rather than twice. Maybe it's a bit slow to start. Okay, what I like to do when I'm trying to get my playing on the beat of a triplet is to sing in my head what I'm about to play, or to sing out loud. So like I can hear the click and I want to make my mandolin playing fit on that click. So it's going to sound ya da 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 ya da 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 da. If I can sing it, then I've got a chance of playing it. Ya da 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 ya da 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 da. Make sure the first note of each triplet lands on the click. It's quite tricky. When you can do it comfortably at one speed, roll the speed up just a little bit, a couple of beats per minute, 2 or 4 beats a minute, and try it again. So in your head, ya da 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 ya da 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 da. A bit faster again. You can probably hear from my playing, I'm not always hitting it exactly right on the first triplet. I'm sort of adjusting to get on the beat. The more you practice, the smoother you'll be at playing it exactly on the beat. So when you can play that at a reasonable speed, like we were just doing, what we'll then do is practice the whole of the first half of the tune with the click. So at the moment we're clicking two notes for every click. So a click every 2 notes, I should say, of the bar. So the tune's going to go yun da dun da yun da dun da ya da 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 ya da 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 yun da dun da. So make sure I can sing it and play it. It's really quite tricky. If you've not played with the metronome before, you might find this quite difficult to start with, but don't despair, just keep practicing it. When you get it, you'll hear your notes are all landing on a click, bang on a click. And it starts to give you a feeling of musicality. It's really good practice for playing with other people, because other people don't stop and they're going to stay on the beat, hopefully, or if you're playing in a session and so on. So anyways, you get better, speed the metronome up a little bit. I'll put a few more beats per minute on. We'll practice that first half again. Sing it ya da dun da ya da 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 ya da dun da. That's it. Ya da 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 ya da da da. And you can gradually increase the speed as you get used to playing at any particular speed. So, but hornpipes don't go that quickly, so you're not going to need to go above about 80 beats per minute when you when you're clicking 2 beats per bar, would be as fast as you'd need to go. Now part 2 has got some tricky triplets on 1 note as well, so let's have a look at that. In part 2 you've got 2 grace notes, and then you've got this. And the picking directions are interesting on that. What we're going to do, so you've got down on the E string for a whole 8th note, up on the A string for a whole 8th note, and then a triplet down, up, down. So it's down on the E string, up on the A string, triplet, down, up, down. Then you play fret 2 on the E string, do the same thing again, down, up on the A string, triplet on the A string, G. So it's down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. And this is a good thing to play again with your metronome. So we're going to put the metronome back on at the speed we were just playing. Try playing that whole little phrase with the click. So I'm going to sing it to myself. Ya da 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 da. Watch the sound of that bit. 2 8th notes, 2 quavers, then a triplet. When you've got it, you can play a little bit faster. Ya da 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 da. So on, yeah. Again, you're getting a hold of it. Speed up a bit more. Still clicking 1 click for every 2 notes at the moment. But it gets faster than this. We're going to go over to half speed with the metronome. So this is the last time here. So here we go. Now let me see, we are on 92 beats per minute. Let's go a little bit faster. 104. 2 notes per click. Much faster than that, and the metronome is going to sound crazy. So I want to practice it a bit quicker. So if I was playing at, say, 112 beats per minute, we're going to go for half of that, which would be something like 56, 58. Now, the metronome is going to click twice a bar instead of 4 times a bar. So, yun da dun da yun da dun da yun da dun da yun da dun da. So, become friends with your metronome. It's difficult to play along with to start with. When I first bought a metronome, I'd been playing for a few years, and we were living in a bus. I remember bimbling around France, busking, and we went off to the woods to practice. And I remember sitting on a picnic table in the woods with my metronome and my tenor banjo, trying to play on the beat, and just finding it so frustrating that I couldn't do it. I thought the metronome kept speeding up and slowing down. But if you work at it, sing the tune in your head before you start playing it, so you can hear it on the click. That's the easiest way. You'll find that your playing improves no end. You have more time, you get more of a sense of rhythm. So they're a really useful tool. Thank you.